Coach Cabbage, you know, Brett and Mother is here. Fine morning, sitting here with the Pussycats. Now, I had something I thought. It's a very odd thought, but, oh, do not do that, Pussycat. They're trying to knock no lights over. They want to rub on everything. Yes, oh no, there's no food. There's no food. I'm sorry. That's what we're talking about today. We're here to talk about making the food. Now, you know, Coach Cabbage is a very cheesy person. In fact, I love the cheese. I love the stinky cheese. I love the cheese that smells like, you take socks, put them in, hide them somewhere for about 2 or 3 weeks with some underwears and stuff. Put them all in there, and they will smell like some kind of cheese. And Coach Cabbage liked the cheese because I'm just a very cheesy individual. And I got to thinking, since I'm Coach Cabbage, I can't always eat the cheese because a lot of the cheese, excuse me, I do not have the thing on because of the heat. So I had to be careful with no neck. But the heat and the cheese all goes together. In fact, that's one way they used to make the cheese. They used to put the milk and put it in the leather. And I guess they put some enzymes, some pig squeeze in there or something. And then stick it under their saddle. And while they're getting all hot and jumping around and that stuff like the horse would be doing, you, at the end of the evening, you got you some cheesy stuff. I don't know if it would be like some good Gouda or Muda or, some blue cheese or something like that. But it would y'all be nice. Translate that milk, excuse me, into an edible protein form. I guess it's good for you. Oh, good. Cheese is very cheesy. Anyway, Coach Catfish had this here idea. Because since I'm Coach Catfish, I just cannot go always and eat the cheese. Go to the store to try to find some cheese, and you can't get nothing because it's got the pig squeeze. Anyway, I was like, how in the world can I get around that? Well, Coach Catfish, reads a lot of scientific stuff and I'm very interested in the human body and how things work. And I've been reading some stuff on the difference in the girl body and the man body. Not the obvious things. It had to do with the things that we exude from our skins and various unsunny places. And it was specific to the, under these health things. And you're not supposed to talk about any of this stuff. But what did they say? It's because of the differences of the way that we use our chemistry in the girl body and the boy body, which is different. Different smells come out of you. I'm sorry, but that's really a true thing. And I got to thinking after reading this, because it said what we're more like is cheesy. And it's like, yeah, we're right cheesy. And they say, well, with the women, what they more like under there was onion. And I was like, yeah, I've smelled it that before from the dent. There's onion. There's somebody cooking some onions. Where's the hamburgers? Anyway, smother it with some good sauce. Gravy. Be heavy with the gravy. Anyway, so Coach Cabbage just got this here idea. So you go to the store, you cannot get the cheese, and here you are making something on yourself. It at least smells like cheese, and it's like rubbing the sebum off here on your lips to get you some stuff on your lips. Because when you don't have no oils, with you can get this here stuff. I learned this in school, and rub it on your lips, and it take care of them. Anyway, that's weird stuff that you do and know about your own body because you exude things. And Coach Cabbage got to thinking. Remember a couple of years ago, the mushy room thing. Well, I thought that what was on the poor Pussycats, that ringy worm. I found out it was a mushroom, and it just took me back to the days when we'd be out in the field calling for Lucky. And Lucky, where are you, Lucky? And old farmer come out and say, why are you out there in my field, boys? And we say, we're looking for our dog. And he say, I'll shoot you if you don't get out of here. I know what you are doing, you extremely doomed hunters. And we say, no, we're getting out of here right now. Lucky, where are you? We lucky you did not shoot us. Anyway, I got to thinking, and I tried licking the ear, see if I can get me some mushroom exudation, and just see what it would do. Because, back in the day, it did do something with the right ones. And Coach Cabbage will not talk about that because that is an issue that we do not talk about on here. But anyway, I had tried it, and it did nothing. But it's like, well, just the wrong kind. But with this here cheesy thing, I'm thinking, I need the cheese. How do I make the cheese? We're supposed to be clean critters, and it's not like we give some of the red stuff or anything like that. It's just a little bacterial enzymal thing, which I wasn't sure if the bacteria and the enzymes are the same or not. But if it's cheesy, then maybe it would do the greasy thing and do what's right. So Coach Cabbage was thinking, get the heavy cream milk and do everything, get the rennet and the hennet out of there and get it prepared, and then just go have a hard day work and get some of the cheesy stuff, put it in there and see if I hope to hell this thing's here this time. If we inoculate it right goodly, that it would turn into some real cheese, something cheesy, and it would be no big greasy from you, and that's all you needed. And anyway, that's all Coach Cabbage was thinking. And then I got to really putting on the Cheeziness thing and realizing here I'd read a while back someone had made human ice cream, which that's just almost makes me not want to talk about it at all. But I have to, because well, you never know when you may need some of this here stuff. And when you really look at it, you could take that there stuff and then put the cheesy stuff in it, inoculate it, and then have a complete human cheesiness. Anyway, that's all Coach Catfish had been thinking, and I'm not sure if it's a viable alternative, or even if it's biblically something I probably would not do it, because if I won't eat the pig squeeze, I'm not sure about the other stuff. It's just the idea existed in my old mind, and I thought I'd share it with you. Because if we don't share, why is it still legal, as the French would say? Well, at some point, all these here stories and ideas will be lost, which may be even better. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm glad it went away. It's a good day. Go make it one yourself. Cheeziness.